Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigval here and welcome to another video. In this one we're going to take a look at KAHNDAQ artifacts, and it's funny because this was actually hard to find. So in order to find it, you need to go on their official DC support site in Just Mobile and go solo raids. If you go artifacts though, you will not find them. But if you go solo raids, you will find this picture. Usually they posted it on their social media accounts as well, but I guess they were getting too much hate for some of the artifacts being very bad and other artifacts being pay to win. I mean, kind of all of them are pay to win because the only way you can get them is via spending money or getting unreasonably lucky. But nevertheless, we're going to take a look at them. Keep in mind, this is just going to be something like first impressions or something like that, because you can't really tell how good is an artifact for sure until you get your hands on and play them. For example, I predicted that Beta Club would be garbage when I first saw the artifact because it was not something we encountered previously and it didn't seem promising. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm just giving you my opinion on the theoretical part of things. And we're gonna start off with Crown of KAHNDAQ. This is the free artifact that you're gonna get, and now we see the values that we're gonna have for a level 10 artifact. First up is gonna be 70% of not having to spend power on a successful special, and that's gonna be if you're above only 15 to 20. What? Wait. I don't understand this. Chance to recover power spent on successful special with 25-15 combo meter. So it means you have to be in this specific range of combo, meaning that if I go above 25, I'm not gonna get the chance to recover power. That's a bit weird. It's not gonna lie, a little bit of a weird wording here. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. But you're gonna get 20% more damage per used power bars, stacks up to 30. First of all, using power bars is something that you can stack very quickly compared to other gradual buffs in the game. And you're going to get a total of, out of this artifact, 600% more damage. 600% more damage. Let that sink in. 600% more damage. And it's going to be absolutely insane for... I mean, it's going to be very, very good for every single character, but it's going to be insane for some teams like the League of Anarchy team, which are going to have double scaling because this applies to their normal hits and then their dot damage, which relies in the first place to the normal hits. And the chance of being able to recover, even though it's a bit of a weird wording here, is insane. This artifact... Might be. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be for sure before I get my hands on it and see if it's better than Dark Metal cards, but I'm 90% sure it's better than Dark Metal cards, and I think it might be the best artifact in the game, so I'm very, very excited about this being the free one. Next up, Amulet of Hatsipsut. I don't know how to read this, I'm sorry. But this is gonna be the artifact that's gonna be like a heavy bonus artifact because it's gonna share the highest bonuses. There's gonna be basically 3 tiers of passive bonuses for the soul rates, and it's gonna be this, and the garbage tier here. So what does this do? Spawns a moving hazard on tagging for 20 seconds, dealing 200% of the wearer's base attack. That's garbage. Base attack is very low. Base attack is the amount that when entering a character screen, you click on attack, and there's a very small value that's your base value, and on top of that, you'll get added gear bonuses and the artifact passive stats for that soul rate. So it's without gear bonuses and without artifact passive stats. Next up is gonna deal plus 200% damage while in the hazard zone. This is good. This is definitely not bad, and this is going to make the first part of the passive more effective because it's gonna be still damage that you deal, and it's gonna be increased by this. This is a situation like it was with Beta Club. It looks kind of garbage compared to this one, as at the very least, to this one on the left. It looks kind of garbage compared to this one, but it might be the most broken artifact in the game, and I can't know until I see someone use it. But yeah, I really don't know about this one. Very tricky to give opinions about stuff like this without actually trying them on. But the first thing here, by themselves, it's not gonna be that great. Next up, Orb of Ra. Defense party used the successful special ability, stacks up to 5 times. That's garbage! That is absolutely garbage. If I want defense, I'll put it on the gears. I'll put it on the talents. I'll see what I'll do if I want defense. I might as well put an armored Superman in there to give me a little bit of defense. I don't need a random artifact to give me defense. And you're gonna heal per second for every 1% of defense while you're tagged out. This is gonna be useful. It's gonna be kind of useless in Soul Raids. You're never gonna put this for the healing effects in Soul Raids. It's gonna be somewhat useful in Arena and Champions Arena, but they are not challenging game modes in the first place, and you kind of have other ways to heal yourself. So, nah. Orb of Ra is bad in my book. Amulet of Anubis. 100% of damage over time is accumulated and can be dealt back to the opponent with the next special. Interesting. And 300% of wearer's attack stat is applied as dot for 20 seconds after the wearer's tag. And keep in mind, as here it says attack and here it says base attack. Attack is supposed to, at the very least, if it works properly, mean the total attack that you have with the artifacts bonuses that you have. So this is quite a decent amount of value that we're getting here with this dot that is going to be applied. Though I'm not really interested about the second passive, because the second passive is kind of something to try and make this work for every single character. But this thing, 100% of damage over time is accumulated and can be dealt back to opponent with the next special. I don't really know 100% what that means, but in my head, and if this is correct, this is an insanely strong artifact. You're going to have the League of Anarchy doing damage. Actually, I was gonna say, if I don't know if this will outscale something that gives you straight up damage like this, but look, hear me out. So if this can deal back to the enemy with the next special 100% of the damage over time accumulated, you could like have this for damage on Harbor Harlequin, the Crown of KAHNDAQ, or Dark Metal cards or whatever, and you could have this on your Predator Batman. So you have your damage dealer with the damage dealing artifact, and then you put this on your Predator Batman, and when he uses that special, he's going to deal a ton of damage that was accumulate. Nah, not really, because you might need to be tagged in for that. I don't know. So with Harley, basically, you're going to accumulate your dots damage, as far as I understand this, and deal it back as soon as you deal the next special, which is good. Also with Batman the Drowned, you might be able to do that, though that's hazard dots, so I don't know about that one. But the thing is, if this works as it says, and this deals 100% of the dot damage back to the enemy, it is, for League of Anarchy, for example, at the very least, going to guarantee you double the damage. Now, the only question is the Crown of KAHNDAQ gonna give you more than double the damage? If the Amulet of... I'm gonna pronounce that name again, gonna give you more than double the damage. Like, in theory, this has the potential of being very good, but in practice, even though it has the potential of being good, it might get outclassed by some other artifacts. For example, the free to get artifacts. So I don't know about this one. Again, we'll really have to see this one in action to see. The KAHNDAQ Royal Cape is gonna give you 100% fast attack chance on swipe and tag attacks. Okay. I mean, if I want fast actions, I'm gonna put on builds. Trying to sell me a 100% chance for fast actions is pretty decent. But only on tags and swipes? Nah, bro, I'm good. Look, I'm good. And the fast attack immunity that it gives you, you can take that and shove it down your asshole. I don't need that. I'm sorry. And 60% of the wearer's fast attack damage is going to be converted into Absorption Shield. Absorption Shield is going to be pretty decent for A9 Champions right now. You don't really need it for 8 and Soul Raids. Yeah, this is trash as far as I'm aware. It's trash. Might be very good for defensive purposes, but I don't really care about that, personally. Statue of the Gods. 15% chance to steal 2 power bars with successful base attack. Plus 7% chance to... plus 7% chance increase for every build opponent power bars. So the more power bars the opponent has, the higher chance you're gonna have to steal them on basic attack hits. 250% damage buff for 19 seconds when targeted by a power drain attack. And immunity to power drain and stuff. This is trash. It's gonna be something that gives you... Like the power drain on basic attack hits is not great. or Steel, excuse me, because we have Sword of Salvation. If you need that, you're gonna have that. And since we have Sword of Salvation in the game for so long, we can know for sure, while it is a good artifact and is better at power stealing at this, it's not worth to have it when it's not giving you passive stats in the first place. So even though it's good, it's not really worthwhile the effort of putting it in there, or at the very least, oh boy, that can be taken out of context, or at the very least not worth sacrificing passive stats from other artifacts to have that equipped. And this thing, which gives you a damage buff, will simply be useful in fights where there's hazard on the ground that constantly power drain you, because that's the only way to constantly trigger this for the most part. And yet again, Crown of KAHNDAQ, as far as the damage part goes, even in a best case scenario, will most likely do better than this. Next up, Little Pyramid. Spreads 40% of the damage between teammates when wearer has less than 50% health, so that's basically the somewhat, to an extent, the Collector Word Superman passive. 70% of team's maximum health regenerated on super move. This is filler trash. This is filler trash. Kind of all those artifacts here. Let's go over all of them. When blocking incoming special, apply burn for 12 seconds and Birdie Beauty. Boy, this is next level trash, actually. 8% health regenerated when power is drained from the wearer. 40% more health. Now this is turbo next level trash. Blind resistance, and not even 100%, it's gonna be a 50% blind resistance and mitigates 100% of the swipe damage. They have outdone themselves with the garbage artifacts. So we kind of see a pattern here. All those four are absolute garbage artifacts with different extents of garbage. Those are not artifacts that you're ever going to use. Those are not artifacts that you're ever going to get to level 10. Those are excuses for them to bump more stuff in there so that when you gamble with real money, you're going to have more chances to basically get nothing. This is literally gambling. When you go to slot machine and you press like a real man, you press it like this and you get nothing, it's the equivalent of getting one of those artifacts. I mean, you at least get the materials for it, but yeah, this is trash tier. Let's recap a bit. This is trash tier, those four here. This and this are also kind of trash. This is good enough if you value defensive capabilities, but trash in my book. But just to be clear, those down here are turbo trash. This is just trash, and those two have a lot of potential. Especially the free one. The free one, as far as I'm aware, though again, I can't say for sure until I see it in action, seems to be the best one. And that's good. But those two have the potential of being the best ones. And this one is kind of iffy. I might be wrong, might be the absolute best artifact in the game, or might not be that useful. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Like it if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it. And all that being said, I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. And obviously, you kind of have to subscribe so I can see you in the next one. Goodbye.